Hi, welcome. I am Soma, and this is an educational video. This is not meant for somebody who is brand new. I'm going to go through some different pranayama and kriya practices that would be beneficial for somebody who is really trying to prepare the nervous system, be it getting ready for psychedelics, be it closing out the end of a day, be it feeling under a tremendous amount of stress, depression, maybe recently gone through a loss of life, maybe your client or student has gone through some sort of severe emotional disconnect. And what we're going to do is we're going to balance the nervous system. So immediately I want you to find a comfortable place to be. I am going to have my timer right here. And breath of fire is a super common one. What I'm going to have us do is breath of fire through just one nasal passage. So this will be a simple way of opening up the body, awakening the mind. Anybody can do it. This wouldn't be, oh, that's not true. Not anybody can do it. This is not a pregnancy breath because you want more feather light breathing if you are on your cycle or pregnant. Anybody can do it as it relates to, you can be injured, you can be older, you can be younger. You can have a stuffy nose, you can have a clean viral embodiment. So right hand comes to the right nostril, and we're gonna just go for, actually, we're just gonna go 30 seconds because I'm gonna go through a few series, and then I want you to create and craft your own practice. So here we go, begin. Right nostril is pressed, closed, forcing the breath out through the left nostril. Navel is snapping as the breath is exhaled. Inhale. Hold the breath up. Put the right hand over the left. And exhale. Switch hands. Left hand, left nostril. Breathe out through the right nostril. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Left hand comes on the right. And exhale. Open the eyes, take in that experience. If you're working with somebody preparing for a psychedelic journey, I would do that a minimum 1 minute each nostril. You could go as long as a minute and a half. That would be somebody who I would say has done breath practices with you before, but I would not advise that for someone else. So 1 minute each nostril. Next, I'm going to invite you into what we call blooming lotus. So they're going to take their intention. You're going to take your intention. What is it that's creating anxiety in the body? What is it that's creating the concept of what if this goes wrong? What if I'm not able? What if? Okay. So I'm gonna move back far enough on my chair. This can be done. I like actually doing this standing, but I'm going to show you if they're seated, they can be seated cross-legged or just on a chair. Hands come down and you're looking at the hands like I'm taking this idea from my root. This new philosophy, this intention, this clear drive, what my heart needs to unfold with, this relationship, whatever that seed is, we pick it up and then we bring it in front of the hands of the face. And we create what's called a lotus mudra. If you're familiar with that mudra, pinky and thumb, fabulous prenatal mudra. You hold that for just a moment and then continue to draw the hands straight up toward the sky. And as the arms open, the elbows and wrists close, fingertips close, elbows and wrists close. So again, we look down. What's that intention? What are we looking for in our psychedelic journey? drawing that straight up in front of the face, lifting it straight up toward the sky, and then letting the fingertips float down. Now, if I wanted to create a more intentional space, I would use an essential oil. I might have a roll-on blend in jojoba oil that I would have put on my hands first, rub the palms together, draw that intention up, and as the hands come straight up in front of the face, you're going to take in that aroma, the wafting of the smell, drawing the palms straight up, and then the elbows, wrists, fingertips close. You're tracing the 1,000 petals of the lotus, meaning so many different combinations of opportunities. That's the language that you're using as you're invoking that space. This is something that I would do a minimum of 2 minutes. Generally, it's not considered a kriya unless it's done in at least 4 minutes. But you can become very meditative. This can be something that somebody does as they're first going into their journey. What's that intention? Feeling it in the body, pressing the pinky and the thumb together in the lotus mudra, drawing it straight up out of the heart and the throat, letting the elbows, the wrists, and the fingers trace, softening the eyes, softening the cheeks, softening the heart, noticing the space of the body. So again, I enjoy doing this standing. And you can just feel the whole body relax. Wonderful to do as they're coming out of a journey. What was one piece of the journey that they desired to bring with? Drawing that up to the universe. And I feel like it's the trickling of the fairies coming down, reminding you of how to hold on to that energy. If this were a space where you felt really, your client, your patient, you felt uncomfortable, nervous, can't go to sleep, start with that moving blooming lotus kriya, and then perhaps move into a seated or at the side of the bed, or sitting back against the bed, and using deep sedative style oils can be super beneficial if you're calming the nervous system. That's a fabulous kriya also to do before you have a conversation with somebody or before you sit down to do some creative writing, because you're using the mind and the heart of what is it that I want to write about? What is it that I want to communicate? What is it that I want to speak out to the world? And then let the universe come back down and work through me to take me to my next steps. Fantastic. Next, for the a wonderful kriya series to do to kind of get the body moving a little bit before if somebody were to be doing some form of a physical journey is levitating light body. Levitating light body, bend down, draw the arms straight up. See how I'm lifted up on my heels? And then come back down again, stay up on the heels. So we find that balance. Now this time when I come up, I'm going to flatten my feet out just for a moment to regain my balance. Keep the arms lifted. Come back up to the tippy toes. My palms come all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Stay on the toes and then allow the arms again to float down. Coming back up, flatten the feet for a moment. Coming way up, way up, way up, way up, way up on the tippy toes. Lifting the arms high, staying up on the tippy toes. Arms come back down, levitating light body. I let my back curl forward, I let my chin drop down, flatten the feet, lifting the arms straight up, lift up to the tippy toes, stay on the toes, coming back down, arms float down, levitating light body. Flattening the feet out. There again, it's a kriya that can be done. This is great for prenatal, great for postpartum, as it does help to balance the hormones. Fantastic pre and post journey because of that hormone balancing. When we start to get nervous in the body, when we start to lose the sensation of our feet, our mind, our body, that whole body connection, that levitating light body starts to become the movement that grounds us and lets us see kind of beyond time. Now I'm going to move that into a little bit more complex Flight of the Bird. Love this kriya. Bending down into the knees. Oh, this isn't the best light. I'm sorry. I should have like a really solid, clean space. And if I were doing this differently, I would. So my feet are together, bending down, curl the arms around, curl the chin in. Now, step the right foot back, and as I do, open up the arms, open up the throat, coming back forward, curling the body, stepping the left leg back, playing with the balance. This would be for somebody who is way much more body connected, somebody who is coming through a journey and they are a regular yoga persona. They're very connected to their body, so they might have a lot more nervous energy. Somebody who has had a personal practice, chin presses in, pressing on the larynx. Tailbone comes down, thumbs open, heart open. Now, if I were to modify this for somebody who were pregnant, that could be done on your cycle, nothing to worry about with that. If you're pregnant, it is a wonderful kriya to do. It's a soft bend in the knee, and it's gentle, and it's an easy breathing, and it's a step out more to the side so that we're not losing our balance. A side step, and then a curl forward, and then a side step. Anything that I refer to as pregnancy connected, if you have somebody in a journey and maybe they are carrying more weight, maybe they have more vertigo, maybe they have a nervous energy, use the pregnancy modifications because we want to keep them safe. We want to prevent them from losing their breath too rapidly if they're not used to that physical movement. So the breathing one nostril at a time, breath of fire, using the mantra, right? Using the movement of the body and the breath moving through the body. Fantastic way to ground. I'm looking through my other notes. The last one that I want to do that would be fantastic would be I want to say the warrior breath. I'm trying to give you some unique breathing exercises that you can do standing or seated prior to somebody doing a journey or prior to going to sleep. So sitting, going to have the hands in front of the heart, double breath into the nose, squeezing everything on the body except relax the face. So it's a double breath in. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades back, squeeze the thighs, and then exhale it out with force. Shh, shh. Let the body curl forward, the arms curl forward. Double inhale again through the nose. Exhale it out. Shh, shh. Now, if you had somebody who got lightheaded easy or was pregnant, I would still use this breath, less flexion in the spine and much, much, much softer. It would be a very featherly. We do not want anybody lightheaded who is pregnant. So if you're preparing for a journey or if you're coming out and they're woozy, they're feeling a little bit lightheaded and they want to ground back into the body, they're pulling back the strength. This is to replicate Hanuman opening up his chest, showing how Sita and Ram, you'll see a photo of Sita and Ram sitting in his heart chakra. And that's where this kriya comes from. So if I were standing doing it, I would kind of stand with my legs in this, knees bent, squat, double inhale. And I'm squeezing every muscle on my body, but I'm softening my face. And then with that exhale, shh, shh. Double inhale. Double exhale. Shh, shh. No more than 7, maybe 3 or 4. Depends on how that person, that patient in that moment is responding. Have these experiences yourself. Do your own sub-practice. So we had the blooming lotus. After we did the breath of fire, we did levitating light body. Then we did Flight of the Bird, and then the warrior breath. If you were on an airplane and you wanted one more breath in this repertoire, a way to ground somebody, a way to connect with the nervous system before a journey, after a journey, or if you, as they were coming out of it, they were starting to have kind of an uncomfortable space, you could look at them in the eye and say, breathe with me. Sukha Shunya is complex, so it forces you to stay very present. You alternate inhaling through the nose and the lips. You can do this either way, but we're going to do it nose first. So it's nose, lips, 4 times total. So it's a total of 8 inhalations on the inhale. It looks like that was 1 inhale. Now my exhale. That was all the way out. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Inhalation. My last inhale is I draw on all the rest of the breath that I have on hand, and then I'm going to exhale it out. Exhale all the way out. Right away, bring it back in. There's no pause or gap in between. I'm going to go much slower now. Just watch how that's different. Notice the differences. I've used this with those suffering from Parkinson's, any other brain disconnection where one moment they're kind of present, one moment they're not. Alzheimer's is a fantastic practice with that. And then again, those who are feeling nervous energy about doing something, a task at hand, a conversation, they woke up and they had night, terrors. That Sukha Shunya would be fantastic. It grounds them right in. And then the breath of fire, each nostril grounds them right in. Blooming Lotus grounds them right in. You could do that sitting at the side of your bed. If you're on an airplane and you felt a disconnection, a nervous energy, Sukha Shunya is awesome. You can do it very, very silently. Now, if I'm doing that and somebody happens to look over at me and sees me in this era, I don't think anybody would care. You can also do the simple version of just inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, or 3 inhalations through the nose, 4 exhalations out through the mouth. I like to do a little bit more intricate breathing tools because it allows me to really kind of snap out of it. Now, last one before we go, this would be one to really create a ferocious, intentional energy connecting with the power of Shiva. This can be done a multitude of ways. You can do 1 in, 3 out, 2 in, 2 out, 3 in, 1 out. You'll know what I mean. But when we put our hands on what we call tridents, the thumb and the pinky almost touch. It's like you're going to squeeze a little clementine orange between the 2, and the other 3 fingers stay out. The arms are straight out in front of the body. We're going to go 2 and 2. Double breath in, double breath out. So my hands twitch in twice and then out twice. Now, when I draw in, I'm coming in through my nose and I'm drawing the breath right up into the crown, the 3rd eye. When I exhale out, I'm taking that energy from the crown, pushing it out through the body, flipping my hands, drawing the wisdom of Shiva in, getting rid of the drama of Somah out. That's kind of how my little mini conversation is. Now, inner gaze, take the inner gaze and draw up to the third eye. Take the inner gaze and draw out to the tip of the nose. Inner gaze, draw up to the third eye. External gaze or internal gaze externally to the nose. Watch how we drop that intention or that internal gaze. Try and really stay present to that. Now draw the energy up, hold it, and exhale out. Lower the palms. And even though I interrupted a few times, just kind of notice how your body is feeling after the different series that we just did. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. My stretch for each of you, I want you to explore all of the different pranayama and kriyas that we just did. Have your own experience. Do it for 2 minutes, do it for 4 minutes. Put it in a series, these two things, put it in a series, those 4 items. Do it in the morning, do it in the evening. Do it before you go on a walk, do it after. Please have your own experience before you guide somebody else on this, and let me know, or drop in the comment box what you did, what your sequence was, so that other people might try to use that. What was the experience? Anytime somebody is going to be guided in a journey, having some really fun, interesting pranayama practices would be absolutely one of the things that could really help you lux up your packages. Peace, love, and a whole lot of breathing.